Here we can see the hydraulic system being commanded by a Siemens 1200 PLC. I'm going to show you the specific operation, which is to raise a piston to full extension followed by the second, and a light going solid during extension and blinking on return. I will also show you the relays that were needed to operate the solenoids. Here's a brief look at the 24-volt power supply needed to power the relays due to current restrictions. Switching over from the Click PLC was relatively simple, though our team's main obstacle arose when we discovered that our commons were not able to be negative on the Siemens PLC in comparison to the Click PLC. This was a simple exchange that required a lot of adjustments from each component, which became a troubleshooting nightmare that needed to be conquered. Here's a table that was used to label and keep track of our I/O as we went along with the troubleshooting. Though the I/O was the same on the Click PLC as the Siemens, there were slight adjustments, and keeping track of our variables was found to be a great tactic in completing this lab. Here we're going to take a look at the code. As we can see, we have Siemens TIA portal up, and we're looking right now at our first calls to our cylinder movement and lights. We're just going to start running through them real quick, kind of looking at what they appear like, and then I'll explain in further detail in the next slide. The light subroutine runs as follows. The open right solenoid and close bottom right sensor and top light sensor activate the top light as a solid light. The bottom right sensor and right solenoid being closed activates the timer, which starts at 500 milliseconds and ends once equal to 1000 milliseconds. The bottom right sensor being closed and the top light being closed and the timer being open activates the bottom light on the retained timer to produce the blink. The cylinder movement operates much simpler. Once both buttons are pressed as an AND gate, the right solenoid is set. The top right sensor sets the left solenoid. The top left sensor resets the right solenoid, and the bottom right sensor resets the left solenoid. In this order,